Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a great day so far and welcome to today's video, which is going to be a Will I Buy It, where I'm going to be looking at these new exciting upcoming makeup releases and sharing my thoughts and whether I plan to pick them up or skip them altogether. So without further ado, let's get started. Do you know, I'm looking at my list of releases that I wanted to talk about today and it's a long one. Okay, this might be the longest Will I Buy It I've done in some while. There are a lot of releases coming out, a lot that I feel are interesting to talk about. So without further ado, we'd better get on with it, hadn't we? So kicking us off, a palette that I am very late to the game talking to you guys about is the ABH Cosmos Palette. This, I don't know what it is. I feel like I've just kind of lost my excitement and interest in ABH as a brand. I'm sorry about it. That's just how I feel. I did pick up their last palette and I liked it, but I wasn't like wowed and excited by it. And this one, I just feel like the same. It's a decent colour story. I know the ABH formulas are solid, but I'm just not like super excited about this one. I haven't seen any reviews on it. I haven't watched any reviews on it just because I feel like I don't feel drawn to it at all. And there's nothing I could tell you. It's just not, I'm looking at it, it's not speaking to me. That's all I can say. It's not speaking to me. I'm going to pass on this one. Have you guys watched a lot of reviews? Have you picked it up? Am I wrong? Is it more exciting than it looks? You tell me. What is the tea? It's not appealing to me. I mean, is it just me? Usually it is, let's say that. Next, let's talk about another release that I'm quite late to the party on, is these Makeup by Mario Soft Pop Plumping Blush Veils. These are cream blushes, I believe. So these are sheer hyaluronic acid infused blush balms. I think it's the balm word, okay? I don't plan to pick these up. Makeup by Mario is one of these brands that is in theory stocked on Sephora here in the UK, but we don't seem to get like new releases. We haven't got everything. We never got his super popular eyeshadow palette, and these are like not exciting and different enough for me to like sort of pay all over the odds to get them here from the US. They're just, it's the balm. I've told you guys about the word balm. For me, it conjures up slimy, slippy stickiness to me in my mind. And as these are described as being sheer, although the swatches don't look that sheer to me, but it just, yeah, and actually some of the images with the models on, they don't look sheer at all. So that's confusing because they're described as being sheer, and I don't think they are. They seem to have plenty of pigment. Don't sell yourself short, Mario, okay? They've got loads of pigment. Don't, you know, back yourself. There are some really pretty shades. I think if I was going to pick up one, obviously it would be the peachy shade. And then there's a really nice neutral shade there as well. These look juicy, they look nice, but not that exciting, not something I need or haven't got lots of before. So yeah, with them not really being easy to get here, I can't be bothered. That's what I'm saying. Next up, let's talk about these Chanel highlighters that are going to be part of their autumn or fall collection. Now, it seems like you would say autumn collection and we're thinking, oh, they're not coming out for like 6 months, but that is going to be right around the corner. Obviously, makeup, like fashion, comes out the season before, so it's going to be any moment these are going to drop. I'm a little confused, I won't lie to you. Are these all different formulas, or is it the exact same in several different shades and you just choose your preferred embossing? Do we know the answer to this? I do not. Maybe I should know the answer, but I don't, and I won't lie to you. My guess is that we've essentially got 3 shades of highlighter. We've got that sort of really light, almost white shade. We've got the gold, and we've got that sort of peachy rose gold shade, and then you choose which embossing you would like. Here's the thing. These are oversized illuminating powders. So much like the last of 2 previous iterations of these oversized highlighters from Chanel, I'm sure they're going to be stunning. And I think the previous shades also both ran quite deep. So maybe if you have a fairer skin tone, you weren't able to use those or you didn't pick them up for that reason, it wasn't going to work on your skin tone. This is a little easier if you have lighter skin because you've got that lighter shade in there. It's a little bit more inclusive far as who could use these. This is tough for me. I will undoubtedly pick up at least one of these just to see, because I've never been disappointed in a Chanel highlighter. They're always glorious. They're always just beautiful, refined, glorious, smooth and luminous. They're never chunky, they're never glittery or sparkly or enhancing texture. They're always like my type of highlighter, you know. So I doubt these will be any different. I don't think they're going to be wildly different to the previous highlighters we've had from Chanel, like the Rêve de Camellia or the last oversized one. I can't remember the name of it. I love them both. These are going to have different shades undoubtedly, which is a little easier because I think like the last few that we've had from Chanel, they had 2 shades in the last oversize, but I feel like this is giving people a few more options as far as the shade. I couldn't really tell you which embossing I like the most. Maybe the stars? What do we think? But I'll definitely pick one of those up. I think maybe I'll pick up 2. I'm really intrigued by the pearly white. I feel like on paper that's going to be too light for me, but if it hasn't got a lot of base like the Rêve de Camellia, that could be stunning. Like pearl, the word pearl when it comes to a highlighter description immediately gives me the feels. Like I know if a highlighter says anything about pearls, it's going to be right up my street, okay? I'm a pearly girl. So I'm excited for those. Let's talk about, again, and I'm so late. It's because I went on holiday, okay? I'm still catching up. But let's talk about these 2 new ambient lighting palettes from Hourglass. People were shook to their cores that these arrived outside of the Christmas season. It was a very confusing time. We've never seen these palettes earlier than sort of September, October before. Usually they are very much a holiday release. What are they doing here in the like spring, summer? Very confusing. We all sort of suddenly thought, oh my God, have I forgotten Christmas? Is it here? Should I have been doing my Christmas shopping? What's happening? But apparently Hourglass have just decided to whack out a couple of these palettes halfway through the year. And do you know what? I imagine these palettes are probably their absolute best sellers, their most popular products, and they've suddenly gone, oh wait, we should release these more often, and that's what's happened, I imagine. So we have like a blush highlighting version and then a bronzing highlighting version. Here's the thing, I already own everything that's in both of these palettes, and you probably do as well. Everything that was in the blush palette came from the Butterfly palette and one of the other palettes that was previous released. Everything in here already exists. I already own these. If you have several of the Hourglass ambient lighting palettes, you already have all of the products in here. They're all repeats, they're all re-promoted shades, so ridiculous of me to pick these up because I already have it all. The bronzing one, I feel like people got most excited about that, but I didn't, because again, I have all of these shades and I don't really use the ambient lighting powders. I really only use like the highlighters and the blushes, so that didn't really appeal to me. So again, even if I didn't already have everything in there, these both would have been a pass for me. I might have reviewed them, but as I have everything in there, and probably most of you do as well, this was really strange release for me. I wish they had done these with all new shades, and then absolutely I'd have been all over it. So excited. But the fact I already have everything in here, and the blush palette is almost literally Butterfly from their previous collection, I'm literally baffled. I'm so confused because Butterfly is still available. I feel like they're just trying to get rid of the powders. They've got too many. It's the only one that didn't sell out from the Tiger, Elephant, Butterfly collection. Butterfly was the one that sort of loitered around, not as many people were excited about. Have they just whacked it all back in here and gone, oh look, it's something new? No, we're not falling for it. We're on to you. Next, let's look at this new little release from Fenty. It's a little mini collection for summer, a new shade of their Matchstick Strawberry Pop, and then there's a new lipstick shade as well, and I think a new, is it a liquid lipstick? Yes, in those sort of summery popping shades. I've got a confession to make. I've never tried Fenty's matchsticks, never tried them. They don't really appeal to me. Again, they very much, you know, it's a stick, a cheek stick. Generally not my cup of tea. So yeah, I've passed on these so far. I do like the colour of it though. Very summery, very fresh looking. I just feel like that sort of shade, I've really had a lot of that over the last couple of months. So even if I was like a blush stick kind of person, which I adamantly am not, I feel like, I've already got it. I don't really need it. I think it's pretty, but it's not enough to push me over the fence into purchase town. You know what I'm saying? So that's a pass. That whole collection is an easy pass for me. Next up, we have these color correctors from Huda Beauty. So she has released, is it five shades of color correctors? You got it. So one for each skin tone. They are a sheer, creamy, comfortable formula which blends seamlessly but have enough impact to correct discoloration under the eye and any complexion concerns. I never use colour correctors, never been into them, never felt like I needed one. I feel like if my concealer doesn't cover the discoloration and everything under my eyes, then I want a different concealer. I don't want to have to use another product to get there. I'm lazy. The fewer products, the better. I don't want an extra one. You know, is that just me? But am I missing out? You guys tell me, should I give these a try? I nearly tried the Charlotte Tilbury ones, but at the last minute, I didn't. We don't know why. But I love this concealer formula from Huda. It's like one of my all-time favourite concealers. So I know, you know, that product, those formulas from Huda are always really solid. So maybe this is a good one to try. Let me know, have you tried it? What do you think? Do I need to jump on board with the colour correctors, or is it pointless? Am I missing out? You tell me. You guys keep me in the loop. Next up, let's talk about this new brush from Sonia G. This is the Sheer Buffer. When I first saw the release and the information about this new brush, I was so excited because I feel like Sonia, she's so clever with her shapes and her designs, and she's really a big problem solver and gap filler. Like, she sees in her own collection and when we're doing makeup, do you know what, we're kind of missing something that does that, and she creates it perfectly. And as soon as I saw this, so this is designed for those of us who love a lightweight diffused application of cream bronzers or other cream products. And I immediately was like, oh my God, be still my beating heart. That's what I need. I don't have anything like that. And as I'm trying to, you know, get into more cream products, and I've actually found a few that I like, shock and awe. No one saw that coming. You know, the Charlotte Tilbury, immediately my thought when I saw this was, oh my gosh, this with the Charlotte Tilbury cream bronzer? Yes, please. This with the Charlotte Tilbury ones I've got into recently with the Rare Beauty blushes. I can really see this helping me with my cream and liquid journey into trying to enjoy those products, because it's going to make them less scary. You know, I never really sort of put stuff straight on the skin. I always use a brush to apply, but part of my dislike or fear of cream products is like the ability to blend them, or them being too much, too heavy, and traveling to places I didn't invite them to. That's some of my concerns about cream products. I feel like this is the brush to really get me using those products more and enjoying them with like fearless, with no fear, confidently. So yeah, as soon as I saw this, I was like signing up to the alerts, and then I got an email saying it had been sent to me. It was gifted to me by Beautylish and Sonia G, and I was so excited. It hasn't arrived here yet. Beautylish shipping to the UK is a little slow, so it hasn't arrived yet, but I would have absolutely purchased this if it hadn't have been gifted to me. I was all ready to buy it when I got that notification. So this is a yes, yes, yes. Of course, I will let you know my thoughts as soon as she is here. I'm excited for that. And I'm so grateful. I never expect to receive Sonia G brushes because they are so precious and so in demand, and they take so long and there's so much work goes into them that I never expect to be gifted them. And I'm so grateful and so excited to be gifted that one. Suits you, sir. Okay, next up, let's talk about these Tom Ford blushes that are on the way, that are coming soon. We've only got this one picture so far of this one shade, but I highly doubt this is only going to be like a one shade release. I saw this on WZ_beauty on Instagram. They always have like the piping hot makeup tea, and this is the shade that we have. So this is Love Scene. It looks quite light. I'm not sure. I'm really hoping there are more shades, because if it's just that one, I'll probably pass, because I don't think that's going to be that exciting on my skin tone. But Tom Ford Nude blushes, they had their single blushes, they all were like out of stock. I really liked them. I feel like that's the brand needs to bring them back, restock them, or reformulate, whatever they're doing. Give us back the blushes, because it's what they're missing from the brand at this point. So I'm hoping these are going to be glorious. It looks matte to me. Does it look matte to you? That's the only sad thing. I hope it's not matte. I hope it's got some luminosity to it. Maybe it's a satin. I hope, fingers crossed. If there's more shades, I'll absolutely pick them up. Tom Ford is one of my favourite brands, apart from the eyeshadows, but everything else, I like it. So please, more shades, because this one doesn't look that exciting, does it? Next up, we have a new fragrance from Kayali. This is The Wedding. The Wedding. I think this is so clever. One, this bottle looks stunning. And calling a fragrance, bringing out a wedding fragrance in wedding season that is literally called The Wedding, very, very clever. Very clever idea. This is limited edition. It has champagne in the top notes. Again, very clever in a wedding fragrance. It's got fruity, floral vibes in the kind of top and middle notes. And then the dry down is oak moss, amber, vanilla, sandalwood, and sugared musk. There's some like nice notes in there for me. Obviously, I'm not getting married, but you don't have to be to try this fragrance. I think this is so clever. People ask me all the time, what would I wear if I was getting married? What's a great wedding fragrance? It's such an important choice for so many people, because you are going to be hugging everyone you know that day. And you want to be this glorious, beautiful, stunning vision. And every time someone hugs you, you want to smell of bride, you know, and gloriousness, and you want it to last all day, and you want everyone to be like, oh, she smells so amazing. Is this just me? I feel like that on the daily basis. I always want people to think I smell glorious. It's one of my life's ambitions and missions. My one hesitation on this is that I have tried some Kayali fragrance before, and they don't typically have great performance, and I really need a great performance fragrance, especially if it's a wedding fragrance. You know, you are going to spray yourself maybe at like 9, 10 in the morning, and then you'll be going until like the next morning. If you're anything like our wedding, we got married, I think at like midday. No, did we? Maybe it was maybe 1 o'clock, maybe 2 o'clock. I should know this, but I don't. So we got married around midday. I was probably getting ready, getting in my dress, everything, you know, maybe applied fragrance at like 11 a.m. You know, then you get married, then you have your drinks and canapes, then it's photos, then it's dinner time, then it's party. And we didn't get to bed until like 2, 3 in the morning. So that entire time, you want your fragrance to be there. I don't want to keep having to reapply, and obviously you can, but it's annoying. You're going to carry a big bottle of perfume with you the whole day. It's annoying. So this really needs to have a great longevity and sillage in order for it to be a good wedding fragrance. That's really important, that it performs incredibly well. Otherwise, what's the point, you know? So I am intrigued by this. I think I might pick this up. I think I might pick it up. It's a good price point, Kayali. They're not crazy with the prices. I think this is interesting enough. I like the idea of it. So yeah, I'm for sure happy to test this out for you guys and let you know whether I think it's a perfect wedding fragrance or not. Watch this space. Next up, we have a new concealer from Armani. This is the Power Fabric Longwear Matte Concealer, and it appears to be a reformulated version of their previous matte concealer. I am not a big fan of Armani's concealers. I've tried their previous and I wasn't a big fan of it. It has been reformulated. I just don't know that I'm that excited about it. I find Armani's colour range, shade range, undertones problematic for me personally. I really struggle to find good shades in both their foundations and their concealers. I find it confusing. I feel like they're not great at telling us what the shades and undertones are in their like complexion products, and I've never really found that they are accurate undertones, natural undertones for me and my skin tone. So I think this is just going to be a pass for me, unless I suddenly hear that it's the best concealer on earth ever, which I highly doubt. Then I'm going to skip on it for now. This is probably like a wait for review, but I'm not even that excited to hear the reviews because it's just, I don't know, that Armani, I feel like they're having a little bit of a comeback at the moment off the back of their blush release that we were all very excited about, but still was a strange release. Like we still haven't had like several of the shades here in the UK, and they sort of released a few here and a few there, a few in this country and a few in that country, and like shade 11 has only just arrived anywhere. It's now in the US, but we still don't have it. It was a confusing release, a confusing time. I don't know what Armani are doing, so I've lost a little bit of trust and excitement for their releases, and this one is just, yeah, I'm kind of on the fence. I think I'm going to wait for review unless I hear great things. I can't be bothered with it again. I'm very lazy today, you may have noticed. Next up, Too Faced are coming out with Moon Crush highlighters. These look like they are going to be available in 2 shades. Now, initially, you say Too Faced highlighters, I'm not interested. The brand is definitely one that is not really on my radar. I skip the vast majority of their releases. I just feel like I've lost my attraction to the brand a little bit. My excitement for the brand has wavered. It's not one that super excites me these days. But then I saw the pictures and the description, and I'm interested in these now. So these say they are a sheer, glossy, multi-use powder. That appeals to me. Okay, that's starting to be like green flags are popping up. Buzzwords, I'm hearing them. The next generation Second Skin Glossy Glow Highlighter gives a wet look finish in an easy to use powder formula for moonlit luminescence. This is like so many buzzwords. When I look for highlighters, I want glossy, wet look, luminescence. That's what I would like. That sounds like some kind of like liquid that you find and an alien left it there, you know, luminescence. Is that just me? Something out of Moana? No? But I like it. It sounds good. It looks glorious on these ladies' cheeks in the promo photos. The fact that it says it's sheer, I love that. I like the glow. I don't really want colour. I don't want it to sit on top of the skin. I want glossy cheeks. Sign me up. I'm excited for these. The swatches look kind of promising. Glossy, yes. I mean, it's just, there's just so many of my favourite words in this one little description. So yeah, I might try these. Even though I'm not a big fan of Too Faced typically, these sound like they might be the exception. Next up, Dior has a new shade, a new variety of their Backstage eyeshadow palettes. This is Dior's Nude Essentials. I think this is a pass for me, to be honest. These Backstage palettes, they're a little they're a little hit and miss, okay? The peachy one, I was so excited for that. It looks so pretty, and the colour story, they always nail the colour stories. I'll give them that. Every time I see the colour stories of these Backstage palettes, and I'm like, yes, that looks perfect, like the perfect peachy palette, the perfect khaki palette, the perfect nude palette. It's got the exact colour story that I want, but the performance, it's just always a little underwhelming for me. The formulas are always a little underwhelming. The one exception for me was the khaki neutrals that still was a little quieter and softer as far as the impact that it gave me from the shadows, but it just worked and I really liked it. I felt like it was very pretty, and although it was a little muted and a little less impactful than I like my shimmers typically, I feel like it worked. I liked it and enjoyed that one. This one for me, it's a nude palette. I know that the formulas are not going to be spectacular. I know that they're not going to be mega impactful. I've just picked up, you know, the YSL 100 palette that is such a stunning, beautiful, impactful, you know, neutral, cool palette that I just feel like this is just, it's going to get lost in my collection. I have a lot of neutral palettes because I love neutral eyeshadows, and I just think this is just not going to be one that I use because it's not going to have the shazam, the gumption, the kapow, the hoof, you know, that I desire. So that's an easy pass. Next up, let's talk about this Westman Atelier Liquid Super Loaded. I've been confused about this, I won't lie to you. When this first popped up, I was excited because as I sort of saw, you know, it being applied and the effect on the skin, I thought that it was like a skin perfector, and I really am super into these types of things at the moment. Something that I can just whack on my skin. It's going to slightly tone down redness but not give me coverage. It's a bit of a, you know, a priming, skin perfecting type of product. I love those type of products for like this time of year, for the summer, where it's not, you know, I don't need to match my bod, I don't need to then go in with bronzer, I can just do a quick bit of something and it's going to give me glowy, gorgeous skin, but without it being makeup necessarily. So that's what I thought it was, and I'm not sure that I'm wrong. It's described on Westman Atelier's website as supercharged complexion enhancer with long-term benefits and an instant ethereal glow. That sounds delightful. However, then I'm watching it and seeing it being used, and it appears to then be like a liquid highlighter, and obviously the super loaded is their like cream highlighter formula. So now I don't know, now I'm a little confused. Could I put this all over my whole face, or will I look like the Tin Man? I don't want that. It looks absolutely beautiful on the model's skin. I think I probably will pick up a shade. I don't think I can get this here yet. I'd have to buy it from Westman Atelier's American website and pay a lot of money to get it here, and it was quite, I have shopped from that website before, it was quite slow and it was expensive with shipping and everything. So I'll wait for this to arrive here, and if I have not seen any disastrous reviews in the meantime, I will pick up the Peau de Pêche. I think the Soleil shade, great if you want to add a bit of bronziness to the skin, but I think that's going to be too deep for me to use all over. So I think I'd go for the Peau de Pêche shade, and hope I'm not going to end up like the Tin Man, because I want this, if this is just a liquid highlighter, I'll probably pass. But if this is indeed something I can use all over the whole face, smash. I'm just looking at my list and I've just written toty. What does that mean? Okay. Okay, I've written that down on my list of things to talk about and then completely forgotten what it meant. So, toty is Sofia Vergara's new beauty makeup brand that she has come out with. Now, typically, I feel like, you know, we say, oh, another celebrity bringing out a beauty brand. Ugh, who needs it? You know, we don't need celebrities bringing out makeup. We've got amazing beauty brands. However, I'm starting to move away from that mindset, I won't lie to you, because of the, you know, we've got Rare Beauty blushes, we've got the House Labs foundation, you know, we've got some really amazing products out of what are essentially celebrity owned or celebrity led brands, and I'm starting to be like, do you know what, some of these celebrities actually know what they're doing, or the people who work for the brands know what they're doing. And I'm actually really interested in this brand because I feel like it's actually something, it doesn't feel like a cash grab, you know, it doesn't feel like someone jumping on the bandwagon or off the back of Rare Beauty, off the back of, I don't even know, what is Hailey Bieber's brand? I've forgotten what the name of it is. Tell me in the comment section down below. I feel like, you know, obviously there's a lot of people sort of jumping on, oh, let's just, you know, bash out some really cheap makeup with a high price point and my face and name slapped on the front and we'll make loads of money. This doesn't feel like this. This feels like something that really goes from Sophia's, like she's talking about how when she was growing up, she was always, you know, drilled into her about SPF and about, you know, keeping your face protected from the sun and the aging process and all of this. And that's what she's delivering us, products that really do that really give us sun protection, and it appears to be something that she's really passionate about. There's also something a little different. She's not just whacking us a load of like eyeshadows or liquid lipsticks or whatever is, you know, on trend at the moment. This actually feels authentic to me, and it actually feels like something a little different. It's not just adding to the millions of lipsticks and the millions of, you know, liquid and cream blushes that everyone is jumping on that bandwagon at the moment. It's actually something that I could see myself using. That compact, you know, the CC cream in a compact, what a great idea, with lots of SPF that you can carry in your handbag to reapply. You know, that's solving a problem a lot of us have. That's giving us something that we don't have a million of already. I'm really intrigued by these. I don't know that I can get this here. She has her, it's only available on their own website, which I think think is like US based. If I could get these, I 100% would be trying the CC cream, both in the compact and the liquid as well, because those look great. SPF 50 plus, especially the compact. I feel like that would be so perfect for days out when you can touch up and reapply throughout the day. And it's got, you know, a mirror. That is great. These are like some clever products. And I like that it's something a little bit different. It looks nice. It hasn't, you know, it's not sort of really garish with their face slapped on the front. It feels authentic to me. I'd love to know what you guys think and how you feel about this new brand. How do you feel about the products that are being offered so far? So far, I'm intrigued by it. I'm definitely interested in it. And it's one that I feel like actually makes sense, which is nice to see. Okay, and there you have it. The longest will I buy it I can remember doing for some while. Please let me know what, if any, of these new releases you're excited for. What are your thoughts? Let me know, please, in the comment section down below. I'm always really interested on your opinions and thoughts. What do you want me to review out of these new releases? Are you interested in any of it? All of it? Somewhere in the middle? Please let me know in the comment section down below. But I hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, and I'd love to see you in the next one. Otherwise, take care for now. Bye 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 bye.